It's your classroom, it's your decision. I don't have anything to say.
Hello everyone, we are second grade students and I have something for you. First part, I will ask some questions, but I want that you should answer this question in Turkish language. After that you will learn this by the first topic and you will turn English again, okay? Okay, we are starting. We have a guest today. Her name is Kiki. Kiki will help us to tell this topic. And we will do our lesson with her. Hello everyone. And now I will ask some questions. What is it? Yes. In English we say like eye. Okay? But we have got two eyes. One eye, and total we have got two eyes. Okay? And what is it? Yes. We say that nose. And if we want, we can mention that it can be more easy for us. Kiki, can you give me some eyes and nose, please? Which place is correct? Here or here? Here. Yes, it is true. You are perfect. And nose, do you remember this? Which place? Yes, can you show it? Okay. And what is this? Mouth. Yes, mouth. Okay. And can you give this card, please? Okay. Kiki, can you stick it, please? It is true place or not? No? Kiki, please don't do it again. Okay, so here. And here is, what is it in Turkish? Yes. We say that shoulder, okay? Can you give shoulder card, please? Thank you. And we have got 10 fingers. And if we want to talk about only one finger, we are saying finger, okay? Finger. Can you do it? Finger. Fingers. Fingers. Okay, can you give finger, please? I want to. Okay. Yes, that's good. And if I want to talk about this, what is it? It is not finger because these are fingers. And it is? Yes. We say that hands in English, okay? Hands card, please. Thank you. And what is this? What are these?
Oops.
Yes. Yes. You learned it. Oh my God. How did you learn this one? And can you give
Me.
Yes. And this one is toe, okay? But only one of them is toe. Can you give toe, please? In Turkish, what is it? Saç. Yes. In English, it is hair. Okay? What is this? And what are these? Do you know? Kulak. But we have got how many ears? Two. Okay, 2 ears, 1 ear. And what is this? Yes, it is our head. And what is this? Arm. Can you say it again in English? Arm. Okay, that's good. And we complete this one. Now, Kiki wants something for us. We will sing a song.
Now we will have a song, and firstly we open this song, and then you will watch it, and we will dance together, but we have to first watch.
Stretch, stretch. Okay, stretch out.
This eyes. Eyes. What? Two eyes. And Fulya, can you see?
Oh, fine, I can see.
Okay. And what is it? For ear? For means? No. Ear. Yes. Fulya, you need something. Which one? You cannot see, I know, but can you? Fulya, can you show your nose, please?
It's here.
Okay. And Fulya needs something again. Yes, mouth. And you can talk now easily. Okay. I think that's the time. I save you. Okay.
Now we have a play.
lots of body parts, okay? And we are starting. You will do the same thing, please be careful. We are starting ear, eye, hand, finger, okay, knee, arm, nose. Okay, did you understand? Yes. It is okay. Now I'm giving this one and you will do it with your pair. Yes, yes.
Is this a game?
Yes, it's a game. If you want, you can join. And you can start.
Batuhan, can you look at this way? Camera, smile.
Last 3 minutes. Okay. Draw a picture, okay? 2 eyes. You are free. You can color it. You can do everything. Güzel. Draw two. Okay, picture.
Simon says that draw and nose.
Nose. Simon says that draw a hair. It can be girl or boy. You can choose it.
Simon says that draw a mouth.
Simon says that draw ear, but we have got 2 ears, so we should draw 2 ones. Okay, 2 ears, not 1.
Simon says that draw 10 fingers.
It is okay? I think Simon will be very happy, and Julia spoke with him, and he says something for you.
Simon wants to see these pictures, and we will come as a participant. And please give your folders.
And Simon will come here, and he wants to see them, okay? And that's all. I think if you have any questions or something, you can ask me. We will finish the lesson. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much.
Hey, don't, will you, are you putting it down, the poster? Are you taking it down, the poster?
Yes.
Um,
Arkasında pedallık var.
you can flip it, you can stay there. Okay then, do whatever you need to do. But before you ladies put your stuff down, or maybe as you're taking them down, let's hear the feedback of your classmates. And thank you for the lesson plan, and this is the original one, yeah, for the first one. Okay, your feedback from everyone, and again, these are all professional feedback, nothing personal. These are for improving yourselves as teachers and improving your lessons and making them more and more effective. So, yeah.
I like your presentation or your lesson plan, but the only 2 things I pay attention. Firstly, what was the name? Kiki. Kiki, appearance suddenly, you just say hello everyone, but in a silent way. We couldn't hear too much. Hello everyone. We don't know the Kiki well. And then the Kiki made a mistake. And you say, Kiki, don't do this again. But this is not suitable for the 2nd grade students because they often make a mistake. Yes.
I said that Kiki will help us and we will learn with her. So Kiki like a teacher, okay, as a teacher. So when Kiki makes a mistake, it's a very big problem for you. So I said, Kiki, don't do it again, don't do joke like
yes,
that. But you are right.
The students can fail to make mistakes, and you can introduce Kiki very high sounds and something like that.
Can you speak up, Cansu?
I really enjoy your teaching style, and I think in future your students will be much helpful because we are
it was very small and it was not much attractive, but we try to düzeltmek
Improve.
Yes. Thank you so much. Any comments or feedback?
Others, I thought there was another hand up this way. Namze, was it you? I was Cansu only, okay. Any other ones? Hande Nur.
I think it was very fun, especially these stickers that you gave us was very creative and it was very communicative. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks so much.
Okay. But it's not done yet. Well, I have some other things to say. First question is, why did you want to integrate or include or start everything with Turkish? Like you wanted to incorporate Turkish body parts, those words that they already know, yes, but could you not do it in some other way so that you do not, or in another way where you do not necessarily need to use, elon?
Yes, you are right. But we think that in Turkish education system, and it is like this. They are saying something Turkish and we are saying something English. So a little bit it was confusing, but we can change it, I think. But I couldn't find any way.
Was this the best that you could think of for, that stage of your lesson?
Yes, that's right. It was
I really love the lady. She's really interesting. What was her name again? You draw it. You did a nice job. I mean, it's really catchy. Looks like a dwarf, dwarfy. So nice, like accessories, like necklace and all of that. So I think she's really catchy in that sense. I didn't understand the role of Masha or Kiki, as you call, so maybe some of the instructions could be clearer. At times you did it really nicely in terms of giving the instructions, but some other times your sentences were too long. They were really complex, and it would be really, really hard. Like in real situation, it would be impossible for the students to follow along. Your lessons, your instructions. So keep them short. Okay, boys and girls, now you're doing this, now you're doing that. Now this is the time for blah blah. So, keep them one sentence only if possible. But yours was like multiple sentences, one after another, and you were using really complex structures. So, that's the number one maybe criticism. Pay attention to what you're saying, pay attention to the words that you're picking, you're choosing in your instructions, and make sure that your instructions are clear to your audience, if not verbally, maybe with body language, or with an example, with a demonstration. And in that sense, your demonstration was really nice. I didn't see the nature of the activity, but later on I figured the sticky notes, those green dots, actually had the the written input, where like somewhere were like nose, mouth, and blah blah. So the body parts were already written. So that could be the second layer, the second step. First, maybe they could be like all empty, and whatever word they recall. Like let's say eyes, and then he puts one of the student puts the sticky note on the eye, and then the ear, and then the written prompt, being able to read and then put them on the right way. So that's the second layer. You see what I mean?
Yes, but in that case, I think listening and speaking is more important. I think because it is according to our curriculums and some activities, we organize it like this, but. Writing part can be more maybe good for them.
If you're trying to make it more communicative, then no reading, no writing should be on those sticky notes. Just sticky notes, and then whatever word they remember, they put them on the related body part. But the version that you have, that you designed in this lesson, is reading oriented. So students should be able to read a mouth, eyes, knees, shoulders, and blah blah, and then put them on the relevant, point on the body of the friend, the partner. You know what I mean? So that's one other thing. So, and then it was really like interesting to see that you introduced the concepts in Turkish, and yet Masha was bringing all of the written inputs in English. So it's like fast forward, like really like twice, triple times fast forwarding everything. Do you know what I mean? Like we were just figuring out eye, göz, nose, burun, and boom, all of a sudden they were like, they've already figured out so many pieces, and then they were able to, pull the written prompts like eyes. I'm fine with that activity. It was nice, like pulling the right vocabulary and putting it on the model, the lady that Fulya designed. Really nice idea, but I think to be able to get to that stage, you should have done some other things in the meantime and then prepare your students. So it was like, it felt like some things were really accelerated and, rushed up a little bit.
And we have a limitation, so we don't want to do more things, because at home we try to do it. It was 30 minutes, and in the classroom you don't understand it, but you do something more faster than the normal time.
Exactly, yeah.
So I couldn't realize it, but you are correct.
Yeah, taking multiple rounds, rehearsing teaching your lesson is one thing, but this is like logic. So the events should be linked to each other in a logical way. Like those sequencing, the way you took their attention, the way you introduced the concepts, L1 plus L2, and then the way you, direct their attention to the written input, which is, what you're holding right now. These should be aligned and, linked together to each other in a logical, in a meaningful way, okay? So I think it's, this final comment is about the logic of your lesson, not just like you rehearsing and then not doing the exact same thing in the actual form, which happens to everybody, including, your teachers too. So, and then I really love the idea of taking this learning experience out of the school, out of the classroom, with the, I think it was you, Alena, you said we have many more sticky notes, so you enjoy them with your parents, with your family members. That was a brilliant idea. I really love that. I really appreciated that, because, we always complain that our number of hours of English is limited, and then there's not much, room for our students to improve, to continue improving or working on their English outside of the classroom, outside of the school. So this is a nice one to solve that kind of problem. That's all I have. And your toe looked like Joe to me. Where is it? Over there. Do you agree, folks? Toe looking like Joe?
Yeah. Aslında ayak yapmaya çalıştım.
Oh, you tried to, I noticed that, like some...
Yes, head and eye.
The hair is like growing, on top of A, so that's nice.
But we couldn't be creative in this part, so it was problematic.
And then the knees look like boobs. To me. Okay, thank you. And Fulya, try to open up. Don't be so reserved. Try to be, maybe you're a shy person, originally. I don't know much about your personality, but try to open up. Like, this is your class, these are your students, this is your chance. Don't be so reserved.